Hello and welcome to Vintagerous. So today I'm going to show you a haul from Value Village and 5 different garage sales that Mom and I hit. And so I thought I'd start with Value Village. These cute little stuffies, they are Hallmark, but it doesn't say the date on them. And they need a good lint brush. But super cute, right? Yeah, the good lint brush. But I think they're from the 70s is what I'm guessing, just from my research. I really couldn't find anything online, but that's what I'm thinking, because they're not very common, that's for sure. So those are kind of fun, and I'll get those up right away. Nice with the felt ears, and I love the little kind of curly-cue, like knobbly pipe cleaner type thing on both of them. Both have that, and this one has a felt leaf as well. Really cute, right? So those are first. That's the first thing I found, and that was at Value Village. Okay, so then I've got these earrings. Now these are Mexican silver hoops. I just thought they were really, really neat. I don't have any hoops up, but don't think, well, I've got kind of one pair that's kind of hoopish. And I don't know if you can see that. Let's try and see if the camera will get that closed up. But what that says is Mexico, and it says TB and then a number. And so from my research, what that means is that it's a Texaco earrings, and the B stands for the artist that made them. But I just think they're quite nice, interesting with that little sort of textured stripe. So those I'll put up on Etsy. And then I got this really cool stapler. I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you do. I'm a stapler addict. I'll have to show you my stapler collection one day. But I do love a good stapler. Like I don't know, I just have a thing for staplers. So this one's really fun. It's like from the 70s. I love the wood grain. It would go really well with the bookmarks. But what I love about this too, it's called a stowaway, and the reason it's called a stowaway is because it has this staple remover stowing away in the bottom, which I think is really cool. So yeah, so I'll put that in my office sort of section on Etsy. So this is twin tone pool pottery, a little espresso or demi-tasse cups. There's what the logo looks like. And I think the colors on this are the, they call it, what do they call it now? Ice green. So they call this color ice green. It's, to me, quite a turquoise. And then this is the mushroom color. There's a mushroom and a seagull. The seagull is a gray that's kind of mottled, whereas the mushroom is a little bit more of a brown to it, kind of a beige. But these are twin tone. Were made in, well, they started making them in like the 40s, I think it was. Yeah, the 40s, or the 30s, sorry. And then they stopped production during World War II, and then they started back up again in the 40s. And that's when they started referred to them as twin tone because of the two colors. And you can see them, there are other color combinations. The other one that's kind of common is there's one that's called sepia, which is the inner color, and it's more of a, what would I call it? Kind of a, like a, well, you know what sepia is, like it's more of an orangey brown, I guess that's the best way to describe it. And then it could either have the mushroom or the seagull on the outside. But I'm drawn to them because to me they're very mid-century, right? They really look mid-century. The finish is almost matte, right? It's kind of like, it's not like, it's sort of semi-gloss, you know, like semi-gloss paint. Yeah, so it's a bit different. So they're just, I don't know, I'm always attracted to them. I always pick it up when I see it. And I just thought this little espresso set was super cute. Hello, hello, on another picking adventure with Mom. I'm about to go and pick her up. So let's see what we find on our garage sale adventures today. So the first garage sale that we went to was quite near my mom's place. And one of the things I got there, I got two things, was this little pot. And the reason I picked it up, it's an interesting little pot. It's terracotta, you can tell, because there's like a few little chips just so that you can see that it is a kind of an orange or pottery underneath. But the reason I picked this up is because a long time ago I picked up a seed pot from a garage sale for crazy cheap, and it turned out to be worth, you know, $250 or something like that. Like, it was worth a lot of money. And so I'm always looking at pottery. I really do love it. And I think this one is a really interesting piece. It looks like those are some type of bird there. So I don't know, I've been trying to research it and figure out what it is. The closest I've got was to me it looked a little bit Greek. What do you think? To me it looked Greek. And so one of the things I was researching was relief terracotta, they call it. And I saw some other pieces that were looking similar to this, but nothing that was, you know, the same or close enough that I could kind of nail this down. So anyway, I just think it's an interesting piece, and I'll kind of keep it for now until I've ID'd it 100%. And then the other piece that I got at that garage sale, and it is a sugar dish, and this is chintz. This pattern would be chintz. Now, unfortunately, the bottom stamp isn't the greatest. It says Kensington, it looks like, and then RPS. I'm thinking it is, like when I saw it, the first thing that kind of went through my head was Royal Winton, right? But I don't think that's a W in there. W, I don't see, I see R. So I'm not sure. It's definitely English stoneware. There is a bit, can you see kind of around the rim, there's a little bit of discoloration inside. I tried to get that out with baking soda, and then I tried Dawn Power Wash. I haven't tried Barkeeper's Friend, and I will. But I just love chintz. And even if it doesn't come out, what I'll do is I'll keep it. And Hannah likes to grow succulents. She's like a succulent green thumb. And so I thought it would be really cute with a little succulent in it. And, you know, she can give it to one of her friends or something. Because, I mean, chintz is just so cute, right? So decorative. So regardless of what happens, whether that comes out or not, it'll get a new use for sure. So then we headed off to a different garage sale, and I got some jewelry. So this is the first thing that I got at this garage sale. These are 1950s clip-ons. I just love the frosted rhinestones, or key rhinestones. The reason I'm thinking this is 50s is, again, because there's no Aurora Borealis, and this kind of frosted, so it would actually go on your ear this way. This kind of frosted rhinestone was popular in the 50s too. They're not signed, but they're just really, really neat. So those will go up on Etsy. And I got this brooch. This brooch is really neat. It definitely needs a good clean. I'm a little nervous of cleaning it because of the construction. This is definitely an older piece. You know, it's got a C clasp. The C clasp was used more like early sort of, what would you say, like 1800s, late 1800s, mid to late 1800s to about 1910-ish, somewhere in there is when they were using the C clasp. And so I'm guessing that this is early 1900s. And I will clean it, but clean it with real care. I'll probably try first with just a Q-tip and alcohol, just to try and get some of that like dust that looks like around the center there. But you want to be really careful when you're cleaning rhinestones because of the possibility of getting water underneath, and then that can really affect the rhinestone. But I just think it's a really neat piece. I just love it. And then I got these Coro signed snowflake earrings. Oops, they're kind of caught together there. I love them. They're really neat little snowflakey ones. So those will be fun for Christmas. I think that was it from that garage sale. And I'll put little clips in of the different garage sales when I did take pictures. I didn't take pictures of everything because sometimes it's just too crowded, too many people, too crazy, and it was super hot, and I don't do well in the heat. I'll just put it that way. So then went to this next garage sale, and I was able to get these. So I guess someone, I don't know whether they were a jeweler or knew somebody that was a jeweler, but they're new old stock silver chains, sterling silver chains. And what's interesting is they're made in Canada. And they're different lengths. I think there's some 16s and different types of chain too. They're not all the same. There are some duplicates and stuff, but and I think there's one that's 24 and there's some 18s as well, and these ones too. So definitely vintage. So I'll put these up as a bundle on my Etsy store for those that are like for jewelry makers, right? Because I have a craft section, so I'll put them up in that section for those that make jewelry and want to have like an authentic vintage chain with their jewelry too. So that was cool. I was pleased about that. That garage sale didn't have a lot, so that was all I got, I think, at that garage sale. And then we went on, okay, so I'll definitely be showing you the clip of this next garage sale because it was interesting. There was a crazy house next door to the garage sale, and I'll show you that clip now. This is not, there's the garage sale down there. This is just somebody's house. So this garage sale, it was a dealer, and so what I did was I grabbed a basket and I was gathering up all the things that I loved. There were some really cool things there. He had some really, really cool things. But the problem is he's one of those dealers that, you know, doesn't want to sell stuff is really what it boiled down to. So I put a whole bunch of stuff in a big, like a lot. And then I asked him the price, and so you'll see my reaction now when I show you this little clip.
How much are you looking to spend on that? $80 for the whole bucket? I know it looks like.
So you can't hear, but what he said $80 for the few little things I had. So I had to pare things back, but I am really pleased with what I ended up with. I got this really cool policeman's whistle. Isn't that fun? Hey, you bloke! I gotta do a better English accent. Hey, you blokes, get out of the way. Yeah, so that's an English, probably from the early 1900s. Just really cool. Wouldn't this look super cool? Just even on a big chunky chain around, you know, as a necklace. You could wear it as a necklace. I think that was really cool. This one is a Boy Scouts from Canada. So Canada Boy Scouts. I bought it because I know I've got some other Boy Scout stuff, and so I thought it would kind of lot it all together. But these I'm really excited about. They are railroad keys, and what I found out they're called like coach keys, so they're for like the inside of the train. This is a brand that was used in the States, this Auld Lake, but this one has CPR, so it's the Canadian Pacific Railway, and it's a brass key. Isn't that neat? Really different. I tried to find it online, I couldn't. So I may reach out to a collector for this sort of thing too. And again, I think I might have some more CP Rail stuff. I'll have to look and see. So that was cool. And here's my absolute favorite piece. Now he really had a hard time letting go of this because he said he's had it since he was a child. But if you can see there, that's an owl on a mortar and pestle. And then it says Vancouver on the bottom. And if you don't know, I live near Vancouver in the suburbs. And then it says the Owl Drug. Can you see that? The Owl Drug Co. Limited. So this is a little pill bottle. Probably from somewhere between well, here's what's stumping me. Because it's got a cork on top, that makes me think it's like 1920s. But because it says Vancouver, I'm not sure if that's Vancouver, BC or Vancouver, Washington, right? But, I mean, the company, I did some research on the company, and they started in the late 1800s, I believe it was, in San Francisco. And they did open a store in Vancouver, downtown Vancouver, in the 40s. But they didn't use corks in the 40s. So I'm just not sure. I'm not sure on the date on this, but it is really cool. I don't know whether to take that cork out because I'm sure it'll just crumble if I do. And there's some kind of flaky, looks like bits of silver in the bottom there. So very interesting. I don't know, but it's cool. It's super cool. I really like it. And then we went to one last garage sale that was just wrapping up when we arrived, and it was more newer stuff. But I found these bird salt and peppers, and I just thought that they were adorable. Just sweet. They're not marked. You know, they show some little bits of wear and age, but I don't think they're that old. But they're really cool. They're just fun. So that was the sort of last step, or last little stop on the garage sale train. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw some things you liked. Let me know in the comments what you liked. And do give me a thumbs up if you like the content. I really do appreciate that. So does YouTube. And it helps me to get seen by other people too. And if you know anybody you'd like to share this video with, I'd really appreciate that as well. And the subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, you can also hit the little notification bell. It'll tell you when I post a video. I typically post on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, but I'm also sort of posting shorts and other little videos when I can. So it is good to hit that notification button. So thanks so much for joining. Take care. Mwah. You know I love ya. See you next time.